Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I just watched highlights of the Lakers versus the Spurs Summer League game. Don't ask me what the score was. I swear I don't remember. Don't think it matters, though, because we lost, and it's not that we're really paying attention to the scores any dang way. We don't care about wins and losses. We just care about how players played. Max Christie was great out there. You really saw him just really taking it to teams on the other in both of these games he's played in. Dribble, penetration, kickstand, 3-point shots, all different types of stuff. Defensive plays, rebounding, of course. Max is just really showing his thing, doing his thing out there and showing what he can do. Um, I like what I'm seeing out of Jalen Hood-Schifino, even though the 3-point shot is errant and unnecessary. He needs to stop shooting the three, particularly off the dribble. Just like we say about everybody on this team, for whatever reason, when guys put on purple and gold, the ability to shoot off the dribble goes away. It just is off the. It is what it is. He is no exception to that. It's just been ugly. Other than that, he's been pretty good though. I think you're seeing him be a nice floor general. I like how he's able to improvise when driving at the rim on layups. I think he's going to connect on quite a few 3-point plays in his career. Um, he draws contact well, and as he starts to put on more uh, muscle, I think he's going to be able to finish through contact very well. Never going to be an overly athletic dude playing above the rim, but he's going to improvise in midair and contort himself in ways to make trick shots a lot of the time for us. I like where he's going to be as he develops. He's not going to be the most fun player to watch, but like a Jalen Brunson, he's going to be able to attack from mid range and stuff like that, as we've said before. Um, and he seems like a very heady, smart player. He's just got to respect his own 3-point shooting limitations and put in the work from behind the arc before we're ready to allow him to really shoot it like that. Uh, but other than that, I really like what I saw from him offensively. Let's see. Something that stood out for me was Max Lewis's lateral movement defensively. We got to put him through some drills that are allow him to slide his feet and just overall sit in the chair better, because his stance and his overall spacing defensively, all of that is flawed tremendously. It seemed to me. Now, far be it for me to say I'm a basketball genius, but I've watched enough of it to know when a guy's in a position to get crossed up rather easily, and he's going to have to work hard on the defensive end, and he's going to have to get stronger on that side. It just is what it is. I don't think he's a pro player yet on that side of the floor. He's not. Offensively, he's got some real stuff, but defensively, it's going to be hard to play him. Um, Cole Swider, same thing. His 3-point shot is wet. Love what I saw from him shooting the ball. His movement is not going to get it done defensively. He's almost unplayable right now on the defensive side. He's such a standstill type of guy. He's going to have to become more fluid of a mover if he wants to make it. But the bottom line is we saw one too many travels, one too many situations where he's getting blown past. I love shot making, but you guys know me. Shot making is not as important as other things being in place as well. And if you only give me shot making and everything else is flawed, probably not going to make it on my squad. But I did like the shooting. He looked great shooting the ball. What else did I see there, man? Max Christie just looks like he's too good to be on that floor. The Spurs look really good. You know, Julian Champagnie, he's going to make a name for himself. He looks pretty good out there. He's developing well. And Malachi Branham is a player who I know can play for the Spurs. I already know he's too good to be on the Summer League floor. Last year, he showed me enough in fantasy basketball to know he's for real. So as long as he's getting minutes, he's going to be a very, very productive basketball player for the San Antonio Spurs. And I look at him as one of the players who's going to immediately make a name for himself next to Wembanyama, next to Devin Vassell. He's going to be the real deal. So I'm not worried about either one of those guys. Champagnie is somebody I wasn't really aware of, but he's having a hell of a summer league. I don't know if that translates to him getting opportunities in the big league. Who knows? But he looks good. And Blake Wesley, a guy that they drafted a couple years ago. I always remembered that they drafted this kid and kind of just stashed him, forgot about him. But he's a hell of a shooting guard who's going to do some things. And this is, I think, year 3 or year 4 for him. And now he's getting those opportunities that are coming his way. So he's been just a guy that's been hiding. But I know he's there, and I know he can ball. And when he breaks out this year or next year, it won't be a surprise to me. So look out for Wesley from the Spurs. They got a lot of talent, man. When you consider those guys, And then you consider also Trey Jones, obviously Wembanyama, Sohan. Um, there's a few of them good dudes that they got over there, in San Antonio. Besides the ones that we've mentioned here that you know are going to make a name for themselves next to Wembanyama, because everybody is going to be watching Wembanyama, so automatically the people next to him are just going to be known. So get used to these names; they're going to be heard. Um, so yeah, man. And Wembanyama's first game is on Friday in the summer league. He will be playing. I don't know who they play against, but that's when he's going to make his debut. I said Thursday earlier, Friday. So yeah, that's my take on it. I didn't come with any stats. I honestly didn't get a chance to watch this game and very much. The first half I had link issues. The second half, it was just me not necessarily being able to pay attention like I wanted to. The game was kind of out of hand, but there were some good things to see down there. Castleton, woo, I really like Castleton. He's good as advertised. Everything I said I wanted to see him do for our team. One of the reasons why he was somebody I wanted on this team before the draft process even started was because he can make plays for others. And his passing gift and his ability to put the ball on the floor at his height is exactly what we want. It's exactly why I want Bol over Christian Wood. It's the same thing, because I want players that tall to be able to be mobile and to be able to put the ball on the floor with handle ability. And both of those guys have that. I grew up on Lamar Odom, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to be able to see. Guys who are tall but can be point guard like guys, be guard like players. That's what it's all about. I think that Castleton has a lot of that to his game. If he can add a stretch ability, if he can hit the three or get a jump shot going over the course of his career, he's going to be practically unstoppable. He has a lot of energy, and his overall feel for the game is special, man. He has point guard abilities as it pertains to passing the rock. You talk about guys like Jokic, talk about guys like Draymond, talk about guys like Scotty Barnes, talk about guys like Domantas Sabonis, even guys from the yesteryear like Vlade and Chris Webber. As we've mentioned, Lamar Odom, all these different dudes, LeBron James, tall people who pass the rock for a living. Castleton is one of them. He's absolutely one of them. He has that gift. It's easy for him. All different types of passes. I really, really like his ability to get touch passes, various different things he was doing that just put the game in rhythm. Advanced passes that he made an advanced pass in the fourth quarter to I think it was Jalen Hood-Schifino, where Jalen had to run to get to it, but it immediately, because he had to run into it, created an opportunity for us to be on pace with the play that was ahead. I mean, when you see that type of stuff as a basketball mind, you understand how good and how valuable a player like that is going to be for you going forward. Castleton, like Austin Reeves, they think the game and they think the rhythm of the game. And I'm telling you, they are both going to be players we'll have on this team for years to come if we know what we're doing. Because those are basketball minds who understand the flow of the game. And so I already know Castleton is a secret weapon. Just continue to develop him. He has that ability. I think about guys like Lonzo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton, who just have the ability to understand pace and flow of game better than most. It's something that they're just born with. And no matter how they get the ball, it's only going to be in their hands for as long as it needs to be to keep that flow going. Obviously, Jokic is one of the greatest ever at that. Magic Johnson, Steve Nash, all the great passers of this league. That is what Castleton is showing me. He has that gift. He has it. And so that's why I'm telling people, like, yo, we need to seriously understand what we got here. Not only that, but he, as I said, he has a handle. He put the ball on the floor. He's pulling it off the rim, and he's taking it himself. And so forwards are going to have to trust him. Guards are going to have to trust him. Give him the ball, because he is going to create the offense, and he is going to think what's necessary to get guys in rhythm. I think he's going to be a good running mate with Anthony Davis. When he learns how to really ball out, his touch around the rim and his ability to score around the rim is really, really good. Talk about guys who just understand how to get the ball into the basket from different angles, hook shots and various different things that look like they're contested well, but just happen to fall in for them. I remember Boogie Cousins was really good at that. Chris Webber was really good at that. Guys who just know how to score the ball no matter what. He has that too. So it's like, the only thing in the way of Castleton is the inability to shoot the jumper. But the thing about it is, when he's in those areas, like a guy like Domantas Sabonis, he's thinking get to the rim as fast as humanly possible. And most of the people who are guarding him at 7-foot range, or some of these little small ball centers that are going to be in position, they ain't going to be able to deal with him when he's doing that. If they don't put themselves in position to draw an offensive foul, he's going to push through them, and his touch is going to score the ball. So for me, what I want to see from Castleton is to now become a very solid free throw shooter. If he can become a very good free throw shooter, he can turn into something like a Domantas Sabonis without a three-point shot. And the fact that he doesn't have that three-point shot can be made up for by his ability to get the ball to others. So I think of a guy like Mason Plumlee. Everybody likes Mason Plumlee a lot. This is what Mason Plumlee is able to do. Only he's not mobile. He shoots the free throw very poorly at this point. But that's kind of, when I think of what Mason Plumlee at his best can give you, if he were younger, it's something like what Castleton can give you in regards to getting guys involved and making plays and getting to the rim and dunking the ball and having touch and all these different things. So for me, I'm excited about Castleton, man. I am very excited about what he can be in terms of our basketball IQ and just our overall intensity and motor going toward the basket. He just understands pace, and he's going to keep our team playing fast. And with cerebral players like what we have on our team, like LeBron James and Austin Reeves, guys that I know are cerebral, that's going to work. He's going to click with them very quickly. So, yeah, I already see that, man. Castleton was definitely somebody who stood out there. And his mobility is honestly why Cole Swider's immobility, if that makes it, whatever the word would be, him not being very mobile, it made it stand out to me. Because you got a guy that's bigger than you moving twice as fast. You know what I mean? So Cole Swider, it just accentuates the fact that he's not moving very well when you got a guy like Castleton darting all over the floor at 7 feet tall. So that's what I saw out there. It was a combination of us in the first half not really having that interior presence, not really going with Castleton early, and the Spurs were able to get in rhythm, getting easy layups, stuff like that. And then they started getting hot from behind the arc, so our defense was just really not good tonight. But we had some moments out there. Demoy Hodge played a little better tonight. I thought that he did some good things shooting the ball, and we know his defensive skills are there. But I really think that the LA Lakers weren't really caring too much about winning this game, more so than just about showcasing guys. You know, our team defense wasn't very good. The rotations weren't necessarily set to really defend what San Antonio was doing. Their guys were able to just kind of run past some of our guys just based on how we were structuring that defense and who we had put on who. So it wasn't much strategy in regards to us trying to win. We just wanted to showcase certain things, and we did. We saw what we needed to see, I think, tonight. So this was a good game of basketball. Both teams, obviously, this one was more fun to watch, I would think, in watching the highlights than the first game against Miami, where our team really struggled. But all in all, you just got to give credit to our team. I would not be mad if we bench Max Christie from here on out. I don't need to see anything else. If I'm being honest with y'all, Max Christie is at a level where I'm ready to give him my shooting guard position, either the first guy off the bench or starting, depending on how our team is structured. He looks like a guy. Obviously, we got Austin Reeves there, guys like Gabe Vincent, of course, D'Angelo Russell. So we have a lot of options at the shooting guard position. But Max Christie is going to put pressure on people. I'm telling you right now. He's going to put some pressure on people. You're going to have to play very well to keep him from taking your minutes. I'm telling y'all, that's just where we're at. That kid looks like he's well on his way to making a very, very substantial jump from year 1 to year 2. So, yeah, look out. Max Christie's another one. We got to pay him. I hope y'all know that. You got to pay him. So be ready for all that comes with him turning into something right before our very eyes. Because that's exactly what it looks like he's about to be. On both sides of the floor, too. Yes, that kid could turn out to be something much better than we thought. When you talk about guys like OG Anunoby, two-way guys like Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, all these different two-way guys, Drew Holiday, you name them, anybody, all of them. The way that Max Christie looks to me right now, on both sides of the floor, he's going to enter his name into being somebody you need to respect. Now, I don't know to which level, how far up that goes. If he can reach those names with those guys, I'm not saying that's what I'm certain of. All I'm saying is when I think of guys who I can put on the floor anywhere, anytime, because I know they're going to give me plenty on the offensive end and plenty on the defensive end, and be able to do special things on both of those sides, Max Christie's going to be one of the better ones in this league in regards to that. On the wing, in my opinion. I already see it. I'm just telling people right now. Yes, he's a guy that we got in the second round. But if he turns out to be an all-star 7 years from now, no one should be surprised. I'm just telling you right now. Because the mechanics are good in regards to being one of those type of prototypes. His mechanics are there. His handle's sharp. His shooting touch is sharp. His kickstands are fantastic. He's got pick and roll principles, all different types of stuff on the offensive end. 3-level ability, good free throw shooter, all of the different things that you're looking for. He's going to have to become better at the playmaking. But as far as a guy who catch and shoot, shoot off the dribble, all these various different things that you want to see. Good driving at the rim, nice size, length, touch around the rim. Like I said, good free throw shooter, all the different intangibles that are necessary. Offensively, he got him. Defensively, he thinks defense. That's what you drafted him for. He's somebody who's going to use his length to keep up with people. He's going to slide his feet. He's going to play smart defense. He understands defensive principles. He thinks rebound on both sides of the floor. Like, this dude don't have many holes. When you start thinking about all the guys that you like in this league that can do things on both sides of the floor, his upside is as high as those guys. I think his floor is probably Bruce Brown. Like, his floor is probably Bruce Brown. That's what I'm telling people in regards to Max Christie. So I think we might have knocked it out of the park with this one. And like I said, we need to keep our flexibility open because I don't know if we're going to be able to keep him like we kept, Rui and, Austin on $50 million contracts. Maybe he has a different path in mind. Maybe it's a little difficult to keep him. So I'm just letting people know if he turns into what it looks like I think he's going to turn into, we got to pay him. We're going to pay Max Christie. So that is what I see right there. A young player that if he continues on the trajectory he's on, probably doesn't have many holes in his game at all. At all. So I don't know how high his ceiling goes. He looks like Kobe. I'm not saying he's turning into Kobe. Nobody does that. But Maximilian, I don't even know if that's his name, but Max is going to be a guy, man. Max is going to be a guy that other guys are going to have to respect, and that's already evident in the Summer League of year 2. So that's what I want to say. Max is for real. And some of them Spurs dudes are for real too. Wesley, Branham, Champagne, those dudes are for real too. That's what this game really showed me, that San Antonio's prospects look great. City Sissoko, I love how he passed the rock out there. He's going to have to get better finishing. He does look like a second-round guy, but his passing ability and his size is really intriguing, and I like him turning into some Draymond-like something too someday. Just off of the touch of the look that he has in regards to passes and things like that were really impressive. So just a lot of good floor generals on both sides, man. When you consider Max Christie, I don't know if I want to call him a floor general, but a very polished two-way guy. JHS looks like a solid floor general so long as he figures out his three-point shooting woes. I'm excited about him too. You know what I mean? And of course, we just want to see more. Like Max Lewis, I didn't see a whole lot from him in this game, but it was more so his weaknesses that stood out in this one than his great stuff. And I know his great stuff is going to pop off rather quickly for us, just like he attacked that closeout in the last game and made a play for somebody else in the first preseason game. I saw some good things there. So I'm not down on Max Lewis. I just wonder if he's going to hurt us defensively as a team when we put him on the floor and he starts showing exactly how bad of a defender he really is right now. I think it's going to cap off what ultimately we're able to do. And this is kind of why, and I know people are excited about Christian Wood, but this is kind of why I'm cool on Christian Wood. Because if he's going to be that bad defensively and we're relying upon him, I got a feeling that we're going to rely upon Max Lewis at the same time, and we're going to be a bad defensive rotation with those two players on the floor at the same time. That's one of my concerns. Because they're going to be two of our most talented offensive players, we're going to have them on the floor a good portion of our second unit and be blowing leads because they ain't going to defend a damn thing. That is my concern about Christian Wood. I don't want to put him next to Max Lewis. Call me crazy, but I don't want him nowhere near that player if they're going to be so good offensively that you're afraid to take him off the floor. You know what I mean? Because that's what I think is going to end up happening. I'd rather have Bobo, bad defensive prospect, but long, tall, and projects to turn into a good defensive prospect. Wood, Wood's a bucket. That's it. He ain't defending nobody. So that's why I'm hesitant on Christian Wood. I think potentially the value is amazing. I see that, but I think potentially the value could stay stagnant as well. I see that, and that I don't see with Bol Bol at all. So I don't know if we have a chance to get neither one of them, but damn it, I still want us to target Bol Bol over Christian Wood. I really do. I really do, man. I hope people see how serious I am about that. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say in regards to that particular topic. But the summer league game was a fun one to watch the highlights of, and hopefully the Lakers can come out and have a better result in the next game. It doesn't look like we're going to defend our championship from the summer league of last year, but who cares? We don't care about winning in the summer league. We care about guys showcasing themselves, getting in good positions to really see what good they do and what bad they do, so we know where we want to slot them in regards to our team. And obviously not everybody's going to make the team, but we definitely appreciate guys that are going to go out there and develop, even if they don't make the team with the G League squad. So a guy like Alex Fudge showed us what he can do, dunking the ball in the open court. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with the G League this year if he doesn't make the big team. And so hopefully we can get Scottie Pippen out there. I understand he's dealing with an ankle. He also isn't signed, so I don't know if we really have rights to use him, but he's still with the team. I think he's better than we've played him I wouldn't be surprised if he has a lot of upside that we're not even tapping into. So I want to see him out there and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's my take. That's my take on things, man. Now we pay attention to see what happens with the center position since Mo Bamba's now a Philadelphia 76er. Signed a one-year deal, as we reported earlier. So he gone. That's it. But there's still some names out there. And hopefully Bol Bol's the one we land. So that's pretty much all I got to say. My name is BDO44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.